Hello, everybody. This is Tanky. I'm broadcasting live out of an undisclosed location. So, we're back with the Shrimpoid Empire again. And, actually, I forget what their empire... The Shrims. They're the Shrims. I don't know what their empire is called. I'm not sure I care. But, we've got some things to do. Last time, we were just looking for stuff, right? This time, we aren't going to war. We might not go to war this time, but we have an interesting situation. And now, let's... Normally I wouldn't stream right now, but it's been, like, my past Stellaris streams have been scuffed. But now let's move to a strategic appreciation of the galaxy. So, over here to the west, literally nothing, just the void of space. To the east, there's more stuff to explore. Southeast, we have a problem. These guys, they're a huge problem, because they're basically barbarian pirates, and right now, they have one of their smaller fleets has a fleet power of 7,800, and my only fleet has a fleet power of 560. That's bad, but eventually they are going to become pretty much eventually there's a chance they might become super aggressive. Their fleet power is going to balloon massively, so like instead of 7,800, it'll be 78,000 for a single fleet, and there'll be dozens of fleets. And that's just them. To the north, so these guys are much more chill. They want some of our people to live in their little... They're going to ask for some of our people to live in zoos or whatever, or dose us with vaccines. But apart from that, they'll be pretty chill unless there's a war in heaven. And that's when... their fleet with, a fleet power of 104,200, there'll suddenly be much more of them, and they'll be more powerful, and they'll be fighting another similar empire somewhere in this blackness. And then... and they'll force me to either choose a side or bow to their might. Which is bad. But to the south, these guys are here. And these guys so I don't know about these guys, but we want to conquer the galaxy, right? The first step is getting vassals. And these guys are like, right now, their fleet power, overwhelming. Tech, equivalent. And economic power, superior. That's not great, but we might be able to turn that around. question is, how do we do that? The first thing I think we need to do is... Actually, there's several things we need to do. This right here... oh yeah, good, I'm upgrading to Starbase already, but this needs to be like a fortress, like the one we have here. Then we're going... to get more fleet capacity and hopefully upgrade these guys as well. We're also going to need to improve the amount of stuff we're getting. I mean, like, we need more alloys, we need more minerals. We're probably also going to need more energy credits. I also would want to bump up science more. Oh, and here we are at Capitalist Water. Oh, what happened? Okay. Not a problem. We've got more stuff.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
New tradition. Not really anything interesting at this point, but getting an ascension perk will be good.
Anomaly found.
Okay, you are going to do this.
Special project complete.
After almost giving up hope, studying a ceramic object for so long, we finally reached a breakthrough. The object isn't really there, but rather it is a projection from a higher dimension. Analyzing it as a shadow of a fourth-dimensional object, we have accumulated enough data to decrypt its message. The object teaches us how to improve research in all fields. The only question is who sent this information. I've never had that result. Oh my god.
Construction complete.
The library. Where? There. Okay, that one's a good one. Below the surface of Trenica 3 lives a familiar organism. Scans and samples show that it is the same sort of mycelium, littered with enormous spores and directly related to the humungus. Its spores seem, however, to have mutated and grown into small beads. Their ever-changing colorful surface is quite a spectacle, but more importantly, they seem to be producing a stronger signal than the regular spores. Our scientists hypothesize that we might be capable of strengthening the current network by bringing some of the spores back to the humungus. You know what?
Situation log updated. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay. So, naval capacity. We don't really have a lot of star bases at the moment, but we could get them. This is a more long-term investment. This is a more short-term investment. This is also good long-term. Ooh. I think we need pop speed at the moment.
Construction complete.
Wait, let's see. 22 months. That's almost 2 years.
System survey complete. System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Repeated scans of Banago 3's surface give inconsistent sensor readings, almost as if the planet itself was in a constant state of upheaval. Research. Obviously. Now let's go for our first big space battle. That should be informative, shall we say. The very geological structure of Banago 3 is indeed in flux, driven by what science officer Voidborn Marius assures us is tectonic process as fascinating as is esoteric. What is more interest to the Grand Crustiform is that we may be able to strategically halt the planet's ceaseless, chaotic self-transformation. In short, a near-instant stabilization of the planet into something slightly, if not entirely, more habitable is theoretically possible. Voidborn Maritia that an additional 200 energy credits will be needed to power a thorough mapping of planetary activity and determine the validity of what the science officer has termed a surgical transformation terraforming strike. Yes! I've got 11,000 energy credits, and they want 200 to get a new planet for me? Of course! Like, why wouldn't I? Actual terraforming lies beyond our grasp at present, so this is an exciting opportunity. Yes! 200 credits. Just bringing up live chat. The crew of the ISS Fear No Spaceborne are disappointed to report that the window of opportunity for terraforming Banago despite their best efforts to identify it in time. Another opportunity is unlikely to arise for a few centuries. That's fine. The inoculation given to us by the ancient caretakers have proven of immense benefit, reducing illness and increasing the life expectancy of our population. The initial mistrust among our people about the mandatory procedure has receded, and everyone is enjoying a happier, healthier life. See, this is why you take your vaccines, people.
System survey complete. Special project complete.
Science Officer Starfarer Jack Piet's thorough xeno-historical analysis of the installation on Soyun 5 has yielded few tangible results. The base was constructed before the planet turned completely barren, but it is unclear if its current hospitality is the result of armed conflict or some more peaceful or even standard natural process. What can be deduced of all of our strategies and tactics in armed conflict does not seem to have been far in advance of our own. On the upside, Science Officer Starfarer Jack Piet claims to have drawn much inspiration from the aliens' remnants. Okay. Not bad. That's what I usually get.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Where are my dudes? Where are my dudes? I should also get some armies up. Oh, wait, never
System
mind.
survey complete.
Never mind. Abandoned cargo pod. A discarded cargo pod was left by someone in the upper atmosphere of Hanem Reef long ago. It somehow escaped the notice of other spacefarers, and its decaying orbit means it would have been lost in the gas giant's crushing atmosphere within another few years. When the crew of the ISS Mad Moon King unsealed the pod, they found a stash of alien jewelry made out of precious materials. Study their construction. Let's see how
Battle is
we
joined.
fare against these dudes.
Anomaly found.
The sensor profile of a mid-sized vessel was briefly detected in the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. Research.
System survey complete.
Efforts to map the surface of the moon have identified a strange mountain range in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Research. Yes, we're winning! what was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Chiselon 2C have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life. Wait, a mountain? Holy shit! The bones have been dated at 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Chiselon 2C could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Voidboy Maritia has prepared a special research project to delve further into the mystery. That's neat.
Situation log updated.
Wait, what? Oh, crap.
Anomaly found.
Doria pulses steadily, and helioseismology indicating an internal composition far denser than expected. What could be responsible for this surprising density? While the surface of Doria appears to be an ordinary white dwarf, the star hides an intriguing secret. By studying Doria's pulsations, the ISS Mad Moon King has discovered its composition to be almost entirely crystallized carbon. This astronomical crystal lattice seems to have formed as the star cooled, originating in its gas-fusing core and growing outward over time. Doria is a diamond of cosmological proportions, glinting behind a white veil of oxygen and helium. Yeah, that is fascinating. Active scans of Ofang 5 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Judging by the nearby debris, there have been several failed attempts to salvage this derelict in the past. Any ship strong enough to withstand such crushing gravity must be a magnificent prize, and Science Officer Red Olivia Storm has proposed a salvage project of her own. Bring it up.
Situation log updated.
Oh, that's cruiser strength. Yeah, we might not win this one. Retreat.
Anomaly found.
Huh.
System survey complete. Scientific breakthrough achieved. Anomaly found.
Burfian power plant. The Burfian minerals appear to have originated from singular source, but were scattered across the galaxy millennia ago. The minerals most often encountered as pebble-sized clusters that are highly flammable. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna want... We want more minerals right now.
Special project complete.
Oh, Amoeba's pacified, temporarily refraining from venting certain emissions from our vessel's reactor cores while in the immediate vicinity of space amoeba of Lux seems to be enough as to not arouse their ire. With this new protocol in place, they no longer pose a threat, and we have been able to study them at close range. Okay, that's good. Research that, because that'll dissolve soon, I guess. Or won't float away. Yeah, that... Toppled over buildings, crashed spaceships, lumps of metal and junk and trinkets burned to a crisp indicate the former inhabitants of UNAC 5 fled their homes in the midst of a losing battle against a superior foe. The presence of bodies bearing foreign military insignia suggests it may have been infighting between clans of rats native to different homeworlds. Their evacuation efforts were impeded by their unwillingness to abandon their treasured trinkets, and many lost their lives scrabbling to save completely mundane items. One artifact, however, seems to have held a special place in their society, the Rubricator. It appears that they fought long and hard to save it, but ultimately had to leave it behind. You'll see why I'm doing this, eventually. For food. I'm gonna have to kill them sooner or later.
System survey complete.
Let's just hope that I get some of them as refugees, because I don't really want to wipe out entire species. That just makes me feel bad. Okay, you need
Debris
more
analyzed.
than anything right now are hollow feeders, because you're
Scientific
running low on
breakthrough
amenities.
achieved.
Following our recent breakthrough with the field of cloning, our scientists have brought the alien DNA extracted from a presumably extinct alien found within the ice lab out from storage. Restoring the mysterious organism to life has been a long-lasting dream for the department, now made possible through the miracle of science.
Situation log updated.
What's the worst that can happen?
System survey complete.
A small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on its surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts. After years of uneasy development, a rift has appeared above blue. Unnervingly, this is the exact same day as the instructions we found before the end. There is only one thing to do: send the notes into the rift and forget this ever happened. Let our past selves deal with this. There is an order to the rat's chaos. In a somewhat official-looking building towards the center of town, there is a digital inventory of every single item complete with their origins, gross misinterpretations of what their intended users, as well as gross misinterpretations of their intended uses, as well as some highly unhelpful notes on where to find them. The Rubricator, described as a thingamajig maker, or with magical powers, has it's placed to the right of the Empress's lilac ribbon, under her snout swabs, on the four-legged box with the funny face, wherever that is.
Anomaly found.
Our science officer has found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing, but could This asteroid appears to have been used intermittently as a base by a band of alien pirates roughly 1,000 years ago. A small boarding party entered the base and managed to recover their abandoned treasure hoard. It consisted largely of stolen trinkets and artifacts, but some of it still appears to be of value. These ill-gotten gains shall serve the state.
System survey complete.
The planet Hestamar 7 is home of a marvel of nature. Giant colorful explosions appear in the sky, a result of chemical composition of the atmosphere reacting to the sun's gamma rays. Students and senior scientists alike are spreading this find like a wildfire. It's generated quite the spark of interest for the scientific field amongst our people.
System survey complete.
Custodian Protocol 712-6 activated. Initiating data store transfer to primitive organic civilization. Message follows. Error. Data block corrupted. We graciously accept. Whatever it is. Fossils from what appear to be several species of aquatic animals have been found on the barren and airless surface of SL9076. There are indications that the surrounding asteroid belt was created from the remains of a shattered planet, and that these findings seem to confirm that theory. Judging by the fossils, the planet supported life and was at least partially covered by water. It's a bit sad. Not gonna lie.
Anomaly found.
A small rectangular object floats on the surface of this moon, is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Yeah, we need to fix you up.
Construction complete.
While conducting the scans of Python 8A, a science officer of Exile and the crew of the ISS Mad Moon King discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They have not detected any further signs of alien activity on the moon, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We have prepared a special project to translate the text.
Situation log updated.
Interesting. I think we need some heavier weapons. This is why we were fighting in the dude's fair. To see if we needed any anything. And I think we do. We need... Definitely need, oh. We definitely need, some help with the fighting and stuff. And if they have missiles as well,
System survey complete.
yeah. Yeah, still overwhelming, yeah. It's not good. Okay, and now they're rivals with us. Huh. Let's acquire an asset from them. Let's start doing more spy stuff.
Special project complete.
Our continued studies of the massive skeletal remains on Chiselon and 2C have managed to shed some light on how the creature ended up on the moon. There are very faint residual energy readings that indicate some kind of dimensional portal existed briefly towards the rear of the skeleton. Science Officer Starfarer Jack Piet theorizes that the creature passed through the gateway from another dimension, only to quickly perish in the hostile environment of Chiselon 2C. Why it did this and where it came from are questions that may never be answered. Yeah, that's interesting.
Anomaly found.
Optical sensors isolate a cluster of shapes on the barren surface of Immoleta 06A that could be buildings.
Incoming transmission.
We aim to establish
System
an embassy on
survey
Blue for the
complete.
future betterment of Yanarian Grand Crestiform diplomacy. Agree. grasp of the void is best at this point. Need more minerals. More minerals are required. The excavating team has discovered the source of the foul stench, and it is ill boding. Closer to the center of the city are enormous piles of dried fecal matter and pools of corrosive bile that exude toxic levels of hydrogen and sulfide, making protective equipment necessary to proceed further. The archaeologist could not identify the alien DNA in the fecal matter, but the piles contained partially digested hoarders. Whatever consumed these aliens and swallowed them whole. Even more disconcerting is the discovery of a fresh pile. Oh!
Construction complete.
That's not great.
Anomaly found.
Sensor echoes have indicated the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep within the atmosphere of this gas giant. Like, yes, we are researching this.
System survey complete.
The shattered remnants of a cruiser-sized starship can be detected in decaying orbit and deep inside the atmosphere of Mincher 5. It appears to have ventured far into the gas giant's atmosphere, perhaps in a desperate attempt to escape a pursuer, only to be crushed by the atmospheric pressure. The vessel is too deep to be salvaged, but a structural scan of the wreckage has provided us with some interesting engineering data. Okay, our deep cover operatives are moving in. But the ISS Kogan Amon found on Imuleto 6A were not buildings, but surprisingly regular mineral outcroppings. Scientist Officer Red Alvito Sam asserts that these angular blocks of rock are the product of interactions between the tectonic plates. Their shapes the result of unusual tectonophysics inherent in the planet's crust. Most intriguing, yes.
Construction complete.
Okay, hooded hoarders are repaired.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Although Mincher 6 appears totally desolate and devoid of life, our scientists have picked up an encrypted signal emanating from it.
System survey complete. Special project complete.
Scientist v Exile has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on Python 8A. It is a memorial for an extinct alien race that once maintained a small interstellar empire in this region of the galaxy. They were apparently exterminated by the creators of the mural, a fact that they seem to regret. Given that the mural has been dated to be in excess of 300 million years old, it is likely that its creators are also extinct by now. Perhaps most interesting of all is the material that the mural was made of. Despite its age, it is in remarkably good condition. Love's labor lost. Oh. I know this one. Having decrypted the signal, Voidborn Mary Tia was astonished to discover it was broadcasting in an archaic form of one of the main Shrim languages. Speaking in these, vows, and whenceforths, it appears to be reciting one of the lost works of Bad Luck Edward, a renowned Shrim playwright who lived some 600 years ago. It appears that the broadcasting device, a simple satellite dish protected by a small shelter, is the only non-natural structure on the planet. There is no hint as to who left it there or why, but going by the wear and tear on the evidence, it must have been there since shortly after the play was first written, long before Shrims learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume it was left there by ancient visitors to Blue who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. Do I want Xenophile up or Unity?
System survey complete.
I need more industrial districts.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Yeah, I think it's now time to get super solid materials.
Anomaly found.
Scientists report a shipwreck of unidentified origin has been sighted in the orbit of Vin. Okay. No. Our crew aboard the ISS Mad Moon King reported that the Vin shipwreck appears to be a result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The ship suffered a complete loss of life support systems and sustained inoperable damage drifting. Okay, we actually do want to piss these guys off. So. And we need those minerals. Visviandin. It's Vianda. We also get intel. And now they're only superior.
Anomaly found. Anomaly found.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more.
System survey complete.
There is movement in the upper atmosphere of Minshir 9, as though a ship was gliding hurriedly through the clouds. Research. everything's being researched. While approaching Vin 2, the ISS Mad Moon King suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appeared to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. I think this is a reference to Mass Effect 1. And Newton, the deadliest motherfucker in space, or something like that. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia until today. The rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design despite their incredible age. God, there's so many things we need. Science Officer Red Alvida Sam reports that the Delta Pavone is free covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. These networks respond to external stimuli. The ISS Quigan Aman experimented with sending a low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. A second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organized into a new pattern, centered around where the previous pulse had contacted the surface of Delta Pavonis 3. Red Alvida and Sam concludes that this discovery confirms her long-held theory that life can exist as almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structure.
Construction complete.
The ISS Furno Spaceborne has located the source of the movement in the upper atmosphere of Minshir 9. Surprisingly, there was no ship hidden in the clouds, but rather a young space amoeba, its mother nowhere to be seen. There's no way of knowing how this juvenile was separated from its mother or others of its kind, but one thing is certain: it appears to have imprinted on the ISS Furno Spaceborne. As the crew completed the survey of Minshir 9, they found that the amoeba was following them. It has proven difficult to shake, and Voidborn Mary Intia has taken quite a shine to the youngster's determination. Our science officer suggests that they allow the juvenile to follow the vessel. Certain we may learn more about space amoebas in the process. Very well. Through hard work and experience, Governor twice-hanged Pierre has developed new skills. Shrims, it has come to our attention that a missing Vizandian supply ship sustained terminal damage en route to Vizandia Prime and drifted into grand cruciform space, where it was promptly and unceremoniously pilfered of its cargo. Did you really believe his transgression would go unnoticed? The Vizandia Principality requests the immediate reimbursement of our supplies.
Incoming transmission.
You have much... Yes, research pact.
Incoming transmission.
Defensive pact.
Incoming transmission.
trade pact. Yes! They aren't friends with the Yanari either. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. Indeed.
System survey complete.
What you building?
Anomaly found.
WPR 63089 is home to a number of exquisite impact craters. However, something breaks the visual uniformity in one of the larger craters. Research. Research it. The center of a particularly large crater on WPR 63089 lies a cluster of metal shapes, doubtlessly of alien origin. Science Officer Red Alvidius Storm is convinced that they are massive planetoid mountable propulsion devices intended to push WPR 63089 from its orbit and for purposes and destinations unknown. The ISS Egan Amon is on standby, its crew ready to begin disassembly and analysis of the alleged propulsion systems with the hopes of improving our own thruster technology.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Yes! Damn it.
System survey complete.
As the operation nears its conclusions, Bymaster Silver Eduarda Alex has moved to secure our new asset within the Andia Principality. Our remaining operatives are poised to facilitate any cover she may need. Commence operation. Ooh, you've got a professional person.
Construction complete.
At the very center of the city, overlooking in the main square, is a grand, ostensibly decorated palace with a garish neon sign advertising the Empress Motel. Inside it are lavish chambers filled to the brim with treasure, from which the Empress and her board of trusted advisors governed. It is also where the hoarders held their last stand, defending their Empress and her precious rubricator. With any luck, the rubricator can still be found in its usual spot by the Empress's lilac ribbon.
Incoming transmission. System survey
technology.
complete.
Let's see, what are our... Okay.
Construction complete.
So we're not gonna just automatically enslave people. That's good to hear.
System survey complete.
Let's name it Renegade. 'Cause I'm a renegade.
Construction complete.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time. The ISS Moon King's crew is reporting that they found something spectacular on Delta Ethi 3. On the surface lies traces of an explorative expedition of another civilization. Left behind are some well-preserved documents and artifacts. The proposed action by whose chief science officer, the Exile, is to send the text and findings to our homeworld for translation. There is also the possibility to sell the... No.
Situation log updated. System survey complete.
What are we currently researching? Because we might want to get some special projects. Yeah, no. You've got...
The conquest of a new world has begun. System survey complete. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Now, I think we'll do... the Explorer's texts.
Anomaly found.
The toxic and lifeless world appears to have once been inhabited by a moderately advanced pre-space civilization. The ruins of their cities are still strewn across the surface. Okay. Don't know why you think I wouldn't want you guys to research that. Our survey of Ezek 3 has revealed that it used to be a pristine continental planet with a mild climate as little as 1,000 years ago. In stark contrast, the atmosphere today is extremely toxic, the surface highly irradiated, and the world has long since lost the ability to support life. We have detected signs that the planet was the scene of an incredibly destructive thermonuclear war waged between factions of a relatively advanced indigenous pre-space civilization. Yeah, what a waste.
Anomaly found.
Scanners indicate an unusually high level of symmetry on the surface of the Cervantes Free. Only they were here. Only they were with the Inari, who we do have a commercial pact with. Basically, because I'm getting my throat starting to hurt. These guys have started spending less time spying and more time stealing from the Principality. Oh, send in the kill team after them. Send in the fucking kill team. The entire surface of... In studying the surface of Cervantes Free, the crew of the ISS Atalante discovered the ruins of an early space-age civilization. Though no living members of this civilization remain, the planet is still inhabited by the rudimentary robots they constructed. These robots will still go about their tasks, tirelessly repairing the crumbling infrastructure of their long-dead makers. Any future colonists may be able to make use of this ancient robotic workforce. If nothing else, they've certainly proved themselves resilient.
System survey complete.
Where are you? You're here. Okay. Now here's the thing. Now what do we want? I'm thinking either supremacy or unyielding. Yeah, supremacy seems... like it would be good.
Anomaly found.
We have found the wreckage of an archaic spaceship with an unusual design. We're not quite sure how its propulsion system works. Research. Okay.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
We have found the wreckage of an archaic spaceship of an unusual design. Instead of using propulsion similar to that of all modern ships, the craft relied on large sails unfurled in the vacuum of space. Presumably the ship harvested solar energy and drifted on the solar winds created by starlight. Dig deeper. Upgrade first, actually.
Our ships
Everything
have
as
been made
modern as
superior.
possible. Ooh, all of this is pretty good. Yeah, let's get cheap UV lasers. I think I want civilian industries.
Anomaly found.
CA 19863 is home to a number of exquisite impact craters. However, something breaks the visual uniformity in one of the larger craters. Okay. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Kuzan system. For now, we have codenamed them Calf aliens until we can figure out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Okay. The crater on ZA 19863 exhibits long, irregular marks imprinted onto the relatively soft upper layers of the asteroid. Science Officer Starfarer Jack Piet has recovered some interesting, unexpected wreckage from the edges of the depression. Wheeled vehicles, seemingly personal transports rather than research craft. The crew of the ISS Atalante speculates that the crater may once have been used for sport, with some alien species pitting their personal locomotion devices against each other in tests of mechanical strength or speed in near zero G. So basically it's like those skating rinks based on swimming pools. Ah, man. Yes. Anyone remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater? Or, like... that was... That was, like... an amazing game. My after-school program had this ancient N64, and, like, we were just, like, that was my favorite game they had. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, my favorite game for that system. Our scans of the debris-filled Hyllos are complete, possessing both organic and abiogenic properties. The chemical structure is unlike anything we've ever seen. The connection between the debris and the strange vessel patrolling the system remains unclear. There are no life signs aboard. In fact, we can detect no power signature of any kind. For lack of a better descriptor, we have stumbled upon a ghost ship.
Situation log updated.
Okay. We have made first contact with the mysterious aliens in Kuzon system. Okay.
Construction complete.
Crap, I need more
Anomaly
dudes.
found.
Our science officer has found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing, but it could garner a substantial find. Okay, research that.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Our first contact process with the Cath aliens has been aborted as they no longer exist. Okay. Having probed the frozen landscapes of the moon of Siet 5A, we think we have struck something big. Science Officer Voidboy Maritia speaks of a bacterial life form unlike any others. It bonds with other individuals to form large blankets that are durable yet light, and also act like solar cells. They absorb solar energy with a surprisingly low efficiency loss percentage, most likely a result of evolution favoring those who could gather more heat in the harsh climate. Our researchers back home could surely find some use for this information. I think we need some military stuff right now.
Anomaly found.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this moon. It might have been a glitch in our system, or it could be a sign of something more. Research. Our military development researchers have made progress with the samples we sent from Siet and Va. They have constructed in the biological solar cells and documented how they retain heat energy within themselves without taking damage. This has helped them develop a new defensive technology for our fleets. Oh! We get better deflectors. Or we can at least research. Oh. Well. Microsingularity recently intersected Siet and 1A in passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the moon. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it may have altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted. The archaeologists were preparing to leave when they happened upon a large hidden chamber cluttered with artifacts, gnawed bones, and a substantial amount of fresh slobber. There, under a used royal nose swab, on a four-legged table with a carving of a face they confirm was indeed funny, sat the rubricator maker of thingamajigs, right where it was supposed to be. A tiny, insignificant-looking cube, spewing out a continuous stream of artifacts. The rubricator is a replicator, an ingenious alien invention that can make endless copies of just about any artifact, and soon it is ours. The planet-side team will begin the journey back to the safety of the ship. Thankfully, we will never know what attacked the hoarders. Oh, we are going to find out. Pretty damn soon. Get out of there, Unsinkable 2.
Initiating tactical retreat.
A snarling, hissing fiend appeared out of the void. With one swipe of her giant talons, she snatched the archaeology shuttle carrying the excavation team and the rubricator back to the Unsinkable 2, bending it open and prying the rubricator from within. It seems we have finally had the displeasure of meeting the hoarding rat's assailant. The dragon must have been attracted by their countless treasures and made her nest within the royal palace, feasting upon their bodies. Perhaps she was on the prowl or observed from afar as we extracted the ruins, waiting for the right moment to strike. She appears to be growling something in our general direction.
Our science ship has been ambushed.
The rats went squeak, squeak. The rats went squeak, squeak, squeak. Their bones went crunch, crunch, crunch. Now it is your turn to tickle the inside of Shard's belly. Yes, you have been naughty, little ones. The rubricator belongs to Shard. Please don't hurt us. But Shard has never eaten any of your kind before. Shard wants to know what it is like to gnaw upon your mesenterons. Are they tender? Come here, do not be shy. Let good old Shard have a look. The dragon squints and exposes her fangs, sizing up the ship's crew, then recoils in disgust. Why, you look like a stomachache and a half. No thank you, but if you ever have the audacity to return, Shard will pick her teeth with your bones. Yes, she will. Now leave before I get hungry. Yeah, we're getting out of here. News of a giant being in the dark void of space is spreading across the Empire like a plague. There is concern and optimistic wonder, but mostly it brings an existential dread to the populace. Historical documents will record this day as one of tremendous importance. Yeah, it's awe-inspiring.
System survey complete.
Oh fuck. A thunderous rumble erupts from the dragon's belly. Suddenly her wings are wrapped around the ship, her steamy breath fogging up the windshield as she peers inside, a maniacal glint in her eyes. How did she get so close so fast, and is she smiling? Why, you glut my appetite, little ones. She purrs softly and lunges at it with all her might, fangs exposed.
They are assaulting our spaceport. Special project. complete.
After many weeks of study, our expert linguists have unearthed the meaning behind the documents found on Elta's Cephi E3. The documents were philosophical ponderings by a famous scholar, only referred to as Talisa, the Teller of Tales. Her teachings have provided us with much insight into how to better gain political results via applying different states of mind and use larger scale questions as a focus for reform. I think we definitely need armies. Oh man, that kind of... Zuracorp. Welcome to Zuracorp. We are a business conglomerate operating out of the Yvonne system, specializing in trade, the very building blocks of civilization, as we like to say here at Zuracorp. Please, do not hesitate to contact us if you're interested in making a good deal. Okay. Interesting.
Anomaly found.
At first glance, this planet does not seem to be capable of supporting living beings, but nevertheless we have detected life signs emanating from somewhere beneath the surface. Are we taking it all over for the Inari?
Construction complete.
Yeah, we are. Deep scans of Nsiet 9 revealed a large ocean heated by hydrothermal vents beneath the ice mantle covering the surface. Lead scientist Voidborn Mary Tia dispatched probes from the ISS Fierno Spaceborne that drilled through several miles of thick ice and found the water below teeming with what appears to be life. We will need more resources to conduct a thorough study of the many unique life forms inhabiting this ocean.
Situation log updated. Special project complete.
Our science team has concluded... Ubume's baby. Our science team has concluded that the abandoned ship, referred to as Ubume in its command logs, was conducting an experiment in the Hilo system, the goal of which was the creation of synthetic life. An accidental explosion resulted in the death of the ship's crew, as well as the newborn infant. However, low-level psionic energy detected throughout the ship's systems suggest the life form's ghost took possession of the vessel seconds before the accident. It is conceivable that the nascent consciousness has spent the intervening centuries in a vain search for its mother. Unfortunately, at the time we have no way of communicating with the entity, nor of helping it to find rest. For now, the haunting of the Hilo system seems destined to continue.
Beginning attack run on enemy station.
Let's see how our boys in green are doing. Or what color is our uniforms? I don't know. Our brave spaceship. Our brave space fleet has...
System survey complete.
Has been fighting the Sandia Principality tooth and nail. Station after station has fallen to our heroic might. Oh, I've got an idea. You would like to hire a leader. Hire an admiral. And a general. Goodbye.
have established a new planetary base. Anomaly found.
Oh, should have read that, but was probably going to research it anyway. Haha. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in high orbit over Horsham 8. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and may be a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Yeah, tragic. We have discovered clear signs that Banago B3 was once densely populated. However, whatever destroyed their civilization did a very thorough job of it. Very few useful remains have been found. Our scanners have detected large cavities deep below the surface that may once have supported life. Perhaps we will have more luck there. Yeah, interesting. Oh, you survived! Very good. Now explore. In a more safe place.
System survey complete.
Her spymaster in the Visandia Principality, Silver Edwarda Alex, reports a drastic failure in her process for screening operatives. Word from the Visandian capital is that a warehouse proprietor has chosen to defect. Despite the fact we are supposed to be able to screen such disloyalty, the warehouse proprietor has been turned, either by the act of counter-espionage or some innate sympathy towards Visandia Principality, in which we were unable to detect before. Get your house in order.
System survey complete.
We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Kennis system. For now, we have codenamed them Beth aliens, until we can find out more about them. They possess a language. We must decipher it in order to establish communications. The strong magnetic field around Rebulon Prime has always caused some problems with electronic instruments on the surface, but recently the effect on our computers has been especially notable. So far, it is unknown what has caused this to flare up, although we expect it to be temporary.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
It is quickly becoming apparent that the so-called Beth aliens are in fact part of a major spacefaring civilization. Our probes in Azha system have detected starships flitting between a number of space stations across the system, and there is a large military station near the system star that seems to act much like the outpost we build in the systems we claim. We have been able to intercept considerable volumes of communication traffic, but so far accurate translations have proven elusive. Yeah, that's interesting. UV lasers are up and running. Oh, this is good. This is essential.
Anomaly found.
As an ancient orbital shipyard drifts in and out in silence above this world. Oh, it has suffered significant battle damage and entire sections of the facility are missing. Yes. Research. Wait, okay, we're crushing
System survey complete.
Some kind of burrowing silicon-based lifeform inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of Hestimer 1. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable minerals to the surface. Oh, that's useful. That's nice of them. While conducting their survey of Havanshire 4, the ISS Unsinkable 2 detected the remains of an automated other shipyard.
Situation log updated.
The library. Our excavation of the cave system on Bonago B3 has found well-preserved remnants of an underground high-technology society based on a vast scale. Many of the ruins are in surprisingly good condition. We have managed to find what our researchers are describing as a library of encrypted data crystals. Hopefully these can shed some light on what happened here. Okay, that's good. Let's have you go here. Our attempts to learn more about the Bethel. Okay, they're...
Anomaly found.
They're playing hard to get. Okay. Fine. Fine.
Construction complete. Anomaly found.
Wait, where? Okay, let's see what they've got here. Let's see what they've got for me. Limbo. The signal originates from the remains of an antenna-like structure. Exploratory probes were dispatched from the ISS Fear-No Spaceborne into the surface to investigate the matter more closely. What Science Officer Voidboy Mary Ntia found was a cavernous vault that, while easily pried open, was evidently the last safe house and refuge of some long-dead race of aliens. While reasonably technologically advanced, it seems they never reached for the stars and perished some planet-wide natural disaster. The vault is immense, housing thousands upon thousands of black boxes that the ISS Fear-No Spaceborne has determined to be data storage devices. A special project has been prepared to decode their contents. The tech? Stealing tech appears to be going ahead.
Special project complete.
Grafting the mutated spores onto the existing mushroom was a feat of bioengineering. With the help of archives detailing the genetic alterations already made on the Fumungus, our scientists managed to further alter it without compromising its efficiency. The results were spectacular, and in a matter of months, the mushrooms had grown tenfold. This in turn increased the need for water to supply them, but the nearby frozen asteroids hold enough to hydrate them for centuries, if not millennia. With bigger mushrooms came a better network, and after some upgrades to the computing equipment, we are now once again ready to listen to what the spores have to say.
Anomaly found.
The geoscape of Havachir 5A is dominated by what appear from orbit to be silvery metallic crystals of dimensions never seen before. Apart from that, one star we found. Well, actually, we've seen a giant crystal star, but we haven't seen crystals that can be seen from space, that aren't star-sized. From orbit, they eerily resemble skyscrapers. Yeah, we haven't seen skyscraper-sized crystals. We've seen crystal suns, but we haven't seen skyscraper crystals. Closer study is warranted. Yeah. Our deep space tracking arrays on Rebulon Prime have made an alarming discovery. A large asteroid is heading towards the planet on a direct... Rebulon. Okay. Kill that. No, we don't want auto upgrades. Nanite crystal lattices. Detailed analysis of the enormous metallic crystals dominating Havachir 5A's landscape have defied all expectations. And the science officer Castaway Grace is excited to reveal that these oversized crystals are in fact composed of trillions upon trillions of deactivated nanites. Ooh. Their molecular structure matches no known empire's nanotechnology signatures, making their point of origin indeterminable. And they may have been deposited on the planet by some unknown spacefarers for an unknown purpose. As far as Castaway Grace can tell, the nanites compile themselves into perfectly oriented crystalline lattices and replicate until a point at which they became deactivated. While the crystals they have created do in fact resemble buildings, they are entirely uniform in composition and cannot possibly have served any such purpose. Yeah, that is incredible.
Anomaly found.
There is something unusual about this move. Okay. Can you be more specific? Deeper scans of Terabellum 3A's crust confirm what the crew already suspected. Terabellum 3A is no ordinary moon. The entire planetary body is an artificial construct made out of exceptionally mineral-rich rock packed around a massive steel framework. Likely it was created to slow the rotational speed of Terabellum 3, making the days longer and the tides higher, priming it for habitation. As far as we can tell, nobody ever settled the planet. We failed to stop the fuck. Right, that was heading towards Rebulon Prime in time. It has collided with the planet's surface, causing widespread devastation and untold suffering. Millions are dead.
System survey complete.
Hestamore 5A is virtually fractal. The same wild collisions of natural and obviously artificial geography visible from space are replicated on the personal scale planet side. There are mountains with perfect pyramidal bases and jagged and craggy summits. Rough tundra that suddenly becomes a perfectly smooth plain of bare rock until another weathered natural formation bisects it. The juxtaposition of irregular boulders and rocks scattered among perfect cubes the size of a microchip or a hab block. As yet, we can only imagine how this could have come to pass. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we want to destroy...
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Want to improve mineral... because I think that can get us more stuff. Our efforts to decipher the signals from the Beth of aliens have paid off, and we have finally made a breakthrough. While our mastery of their language may not be complete, we have managed to success... Okay.
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
Our warriors salute you. And I think we've got... Yeah, there's another one we can do. Yes, let us join the galactic community. The discovery of the flying machine set us on the right path and led to the discovery of a multitude of similar crash sites littering the surface of the planet. Without a doubt, these strange dead machines have something to do with the mysterious geometrical shapes that dot this world, but the extent of the damage caused by crash landings from high altitude will make analysis difficult.
Incoming transmission.
Okay.
Initiating tactical retreat. They are assaulting our spaceport. Construction complete.
Heated sensors are picking up rhythmic movements on the hellish surface of Polbon Kier. We have discovered a new life form in Kuzam, although calling it a life form may be incorrect. The entities appear to be fully automated mechanical drones, but exclusively for some unknown industrial purpose. Oh! Space... is... auto-miners. A team member exploring the ruins on Bonago B3 recently disappeared. After a short search, we found a shell that seems to have belonged to a shrimp. Our researchers are in no doubt that these remains are what's left of our missing team member, but they are baffled as to how the body decomposed this quickly. They urge caution as we continue our investigation. That's not good.
The cowards have destroyed one of our spaceports.
The measured pounding observed from orbit is the motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point in the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have been pumping up superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. Their storage capacitors are broken or leaking, but some energy can still be siphoned from them. Holden Tier 1. Huh, I wonder if that's why it's a molten world. You think? Maybe? Yeah,
An
ancient
alien
mining drones.
empire wishes to communicate. Ha!
This is a tight battle here. We win! Now we can do science research. Steal their debris.
We are
and
tracking
stuff.
an enemy fleet. Special project complete.
Lead scientist the Exile has returned from the expedition that studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of Seat 9. Our underwater probes have mapped the terrain and cataloged most of the life forms. Although this data may be of some use to our biologists, no particular discoveries have been made that would have any applications beyond that. Salvaged fleet from the Islandia Principality has been detected. Okay, after recovering one of the more intact wrecks and reverse engineering, the purpose of the orbital network became clear. The machines were automated cutting beams placed around Estimer 5A. Their function was to completely dismantle the planet, carving it up piece by piece over a span of centuries. Not long after the endeavor began, perhaps a few decades based on projections, and something interrupted the procedure. The automated cutters lost power and their orbit decayed, until one by one they smashed themselves into bits on the planet's surface. Theories abound as to why anyone would do this, whether it was mining on a hitherto unimagined scale, some obscure doomsday cult out to break and remake the world, a quirk of unknowable alien psychology, or just code that went awry after the original creators vanished. No one can say. Huh. Let's get the fleet logistic core, which gives us more fleet capacity, which is good.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
There's the ally refiners would be up here, right? Yeah. Automatic surveying. Search anomalies in system. Automatic surveying. Automatic surveying. Yes! What do we get? Our infiltration attempt flawlessly, our operatives cover held throughout, and although Zandia exercised reasonable security, the trust we manufactured was just sufficient to grant us our window of opportunity. A complex series of electronic blinds and bluffs have us exposed for research database for just long enough to make our move. Security will clamp down after we're done here. Yeah, let's go! Get that. Despite the seemingly frozen surface of Havenshire 6, the planet's orbital path around Havenshire leaves it blistering at several hundred degrees. Under normal circumstances, this would sublimate the ice on Havenshire's surface. However, extreme gravitational pressure exerted by the planet's ultra-dense core keeps the water in a solid state, resulting in a planet of fiery hot ice. Yeah, that's something. Wait. Trouble in Paradise. As we interpret data crystals from on Bonagoat and B3, we begin to piecing together a picture of a troubled planet. The planet was once the center of a prosperous civilization known as the Ilani Foundation. During that civilization's later years, the Ilani turned more and more to the hoarding of knowledge instead of more material matters such as procreation. As a result, their population fell rapidly. Alarmed by their dwindling numbers, their leaders attempted to find a technological solution for immortality. Records become scarcer around this point, though it appears to predate whatever cataclysm forced them underground, and it is not unclear yet what results their efforts yielded. Okay. Oh, they... Huh. Oh, this is not going to end well for Mike. Oh! We get reinforcements! Yeah! Another child. Know that we are the Oh, they're the ones who own the thing. Okay. We win! Yeah. Yes! Haha! We win!
Construction complete. Construction complete. Incoming transmission.
Okay.
This Federation will make us stronger.
I speak on behalf of the Riggin Commerce Exchange. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties on our station in the Gorianis system for more than 1,000 years. If you happen to possess more resources than you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hands. You will be duly compensated, of course. Oh. A visitor! This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We are the Artisan Troupe. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all other things which makes existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you would like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Interesting. Well met, friends. I represent the Mutagen Merchant Guild, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Kuzam system. Our organization consists of hundreds of independent Mutagen trade Mutagen merchant captains who brave the spaceways in search of the next good deal. At our facilities, you will be able to trade away some of your excess resources. Please contact us if you are interested in such an arrangement. Curator Order. Greetings, Star Traveler. We are the Curators. Our ancient order was established aeons ago by various galactic powers in ascendancy at the time. We are dedicated towards the preservation of all knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission than our predecessors were. We are willing to share some of our knowledge with you, for a price. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of new friends. Okay. So, I was thinking to myself, I would
Anomaly found.
after we finished war with the Vivsandia Principality. And that war is over. So I'm thinking just finish up some stuff and like just make sure everything is like just yeah, I think now would be a good time to call it quits for today. So we did a lot. We haven't fixed our economy. We didn't conquer anyone, but I would like I think next time that's something we're gonna do. This has been Tanky, and have fun and take care.